In the vast tapestry of existence, certain moments arrive like thunderclaps, resonating with urgency and purpose. A profound warning has been sent, echoing through the realms of spirit concerning your family. An impending shift is on the horizon, signaling a time of transformation. There are sacred instances when the boundary between the divine and the earthly realm thins. During these times, heaven leans down, ready to communicate vital messages to the chosen ones. If your eyes have graced these words, consider it a divine summons. This is not mere coincidence, nor is it a play of happenstance. You are being called into a deeper awareness of your spiritual truth, illuminated by the very breath of heaven. 3 celestial beings have been dispatched on your behalf, each possessing a unique mission. One is the herald of foretelling, communicating future truths. Another is the angel of revelation, unveiling hidden truths and shedding light where darkness once reigned. The final angel is the bringer of restoration, tasked with healing wounds both seen and unseen. They come not to instill fear but to prepare you for a significant revelation. Something monumental is approaching that carries the weight and legacy of your family's spiritual inheritance. Archangel Michael stands as a guardian over you, his voice like thunder in the heavens yet imbued with a comforting balm as he draws nearer. His role transcends that of a protector. He is the fearless warrior of truth, sent forth to pierce the clouds of illusion that have settled upon your lineage. His message is profoundly urgent. Something is shifting within the very fabric of your family dynamics, and it is essential to perceive it clearly. What may first appear as disagreements could very well be the unveiling of truths meant to be exposed. What seems like emotional distance might actually be a divine deliverance, pulling your spirit back from the edge of generational bondage that has long entrapped your lineage. It's important to recognize that feelings of betrayal may stem from a heavenly interference aimed at redirecting you toward a path of freedom. Now is the time to pay close attention, to be alert, devilishly attuned, and spiritually aware. The planes of the spiritual realm have been stirred, and patterns that you believed were long broken are attempting to weave their way back into the fabric of your life. Even conversations that seem innocuous are being touched by divine hands, resonating truths that the angels can hear, though you may not yet perceive them. One angel cradles the scroll of truth, a sacred record of promises, prophecies, and provisions that have been etched for you since before your birth. Another angel stands vigil at the gate of consequence, watching over the actions and decisions that will unfold in this critical hour. The third angel carries the anointing oil of healing, preparing the way for spiritual restoration, yet they cannot anoint what remains cloaked in darkness. Thus, this message has reached you, to release clarity from the confusion, to stir you from your spiritual slumber. You must understand, beloved, this moment is about more than family strife. It is about covering, protection, and realization. Your lineage has been strategically targeted because you hold something sacred within you, a divine calling that sets you apart as the one chosen to disrupt the age-old cycles and architect a new legacy. This is why the pain feels poignant, why the chasm of separation feels particularly acute. This is why you have been misunderstood. Light naturally agitates the darkness that has persisted for far too long. Heaven is calling for you now, drawing a definitive line between what has been and what is destined to come. You are invited not to react to the chaos but to rise above it, transcending the myriad distractions and aligning yourself with what God is revealing in this sacred hour. Arise, for you are being positioned to engage in a great spiritual awakening. The presence of the divine calls you into alignment with the heavenly rhythms. Understand that divine patterns rarely unveil themselves in a singular moment. They instead unfurl slowly, revealing piece by piece until a magnificent picture emerges. This is how divine wisdom operates, with precision and purpose rather than panic and haste. The urgency in Michael's message is not to be taken lightly. Be alert. Be still. Be ready. Something profound is shifting, and it breathes the name of your family line. The veil has thinned, and whispers that once dwelt in darkness are beginning to echo loudly in the visible realm. Time is of the essence. There's no room for passive hope, no space for spiritual sleepwalking now that the call has awakened you. 3 angels have been dispatched not arbitrarily but specifically to you, with wings that flutter with urgency. Their message is sacred and powerful, a warning that something is coming, an awakening of your bloodline that must be met with profound discernment rather than fear, with careful observation instead of impulsive drama. It is imperative to understand that you are being ushered into divine alignment. A wave of energy is flowing towards you. It carries the potential to elevate your family or disrupt it to its core. Heaven needs you to be awakened, firmly grounded, and obedient to the pull of divine guidance, even if it feels isolating for a time. You have been selected for this sacred work, not because of your strength, but because of your sensitivity to divine truths. Your ears resonate with the voice of the divine, even amid the noise and chaos that surrounds the world and often envelops your own household. Archangel Michael does not utter words lightly. His sword is not for show but has a clear and purposeful call. He is ardently raising his sword, not in violence but in spiritual separation. The angel of separation has been summoned to extricate you from relationships, patterns, and situations that feign support but secretly conspire against your rise. Some of these influencers may carry your surname. Do not forsake blood ties for false loyalty, nor should you confuse familiarity for divine favor. Heaven is not focused on preserving comfort zones. It is about safeguarding those who are truly called. As the first angel descends with a radiant flash of light, a scroll is revealed, one sealed with divine authority that holds the promises and declarations over your life. These contain truths that were established long before your existence, ensuring that you were never meant to repeat the harmful cycles that plagued your ancestors. The second angel stands resolute at the threshold of transformation, sensing the growing energy of change. But know this: there are those in your family actively seeking to keep that door firmly shut, employing old narratives, stale memories, and outmoded expectations to cloud the divine shift. The third angel carries a sacred fire, not for destruction, but for refinement, burning away everything around you that does not serve your purpose. You may have felt this tension building, the palpable shift in energy. You may have even caught whispers of your name in spaces where you felt unwelcome. This is not mere paranoia, this is heightened spiritual perception awakening within you. Your innate sensitivity, once seen as a burden, is now becoming your greatest asset in this divine awakening. The angels have not come to weigh you down, rather, they come to empower you. Insight has been granted, warning activated, and spiritual armor bestowed. Their call is clear. You must release old conversations, people, thoughts, or mindsets that fail to sync with what is being birthed from heaven. The divine is calling forth a metamorphosis within you. Allow the posture of your spirit to shift through this divine awakening. Let your prayers deepen, drawing closer to the purpose embedded within your spirit. Embrace peace, not because the storm has dispersed, but because you are anchored in the will of heaven. Archangel Michael is present, and the messengers of the divine encircle you, standing between you and what seeks to pull you back into familiar territory, back to what has been. This is your official notice, a profound invitation into an elevated reality. You cannot afford to be distracted. Do not react in haste. Instead, cultivate stillness, clarity, and spiritual vigilance. What lies ahead will either be an exposure of truths or an elevation of your spirit. How you prepare will define the nature of this unfolding. Winds of change are stirring within your bloodline, and it is you who has been chosen to carry the light forward. You must not shrink back from this honor and responsibility. Step into your calling with firm resolve. The atmosphere surrounding you has shifted, and this shift is directly related to your rising frequency. You are vibrating at a higher spiritual level. Your prayers now carry more authority, your thoughts are clearer, and your perceptions are deeper than before. With each level of divine elevation comes confrontation, not against individuals, but against the very forces of darkness that have tried to hold your lineage captive. What you are experiencing now is not designed to harm you, rather, it serves to hone you, stripping away distractions and unhealthy attachments that may impede your next breakthrough. Archangel Michael urges you to discern the current state of your spirit with astute and spiritual eyes. He is not only a guardian but a general, a commander from the celestial realm, and his arrival signals a battleground has been declared. Yet remember, victory is already assured. Michael hovers above your family name, definitively drawing a line in the spirit realm. What has existed for too long, patterns of generational shame, emotional manipulation, and cycles of dysfunction, must be confronted, but only through spiritual maturity, gentle yet resolute, without veering into aggression. You are the anointed vessel in your lineage. You were selected not for comfort, but for confrontation, not merely to argue but to awaken, to align your family with the original blueprint crafted by divine intent long before trauma and dysfunction convoluted the narrative. Realize this profound truth: you carry the light in a family long accustomed to shadows. You embody peace in a lineage that has normalized chaos. You offer truth in circumstances filled with secrecy. And this emerging light is igniting reactions from those still caught in the darkness. You may feel their discomfort upon entering a room. They may recoil from your joy, sensing your refusal to remain bound by their unhealed traumas. Your presence has disrupted the familiar. You didn't seek this awakening. You didn't ask to be chosen, yet here you stand, transformed, ascending, and ready to embrace the mantle of spiritual evolution that is your inheritance. Heaven has watched as you have traversed these challenging paths, and they are now calling you to rise. Rise without apology, rise without resentment, rise without the need of validation from those who do not comprehend your journey. As the three angels take their positions around you, honor their presence. They are greater forces than mere helpers, they are instruments of divine will. The first angel fills you with hope, urging you to trust the unfolding of your purpose. The second angel fortifies your spirit, whispering to you about the beautiful transformation ahead. The third angel guides you with healing light, preparing the way for restoration that transcends human understanding. You are welcome to affirm daily the truth of your identity, the truth that you are the vessel of divine interruption in your bloodline. You are the evidence of prayers long whispered into the fabric of the universe, the one who will break the patterns that have bound so many before you. The precious growth you are experiencing is evidence of deep spiritual evolution. Every layer you shed, every connection you release, and every boundary you create serves to realign you with your greatest calling. Archangel Michael declares with heavenly authority that this very moment is about turning the tide. Divine order will be established within your lineage. Light will penetrate every shadow that seeks to engulf your family name. You didn't endure trials, isolations, or the spiritual warfare you faced only to revert to an old way of being. You have walked through fire and emerged unscathed. You carry the gold of wisdom derived from trials by flame. Heaven rejoices joyously at your readiness to walk into the manifest blessings that await. A season of warfare is yielding to a season of wisdom and abundance. The chaos and confusion that once loomed heavily over you are parting, allowing divine favor to shower over you like rain. A time will come when someone significant, a family member, a friend, or an acquaintance, will step forward seeking to acknowledge the truth. They may not do it perfectly, and it may not come in the way that you anticipated, but their voice will be one that upholds your spirit as a testament to the truth that those once cloaked in shadows can shift. This corrective narrative will not emerge because you demanded respect, but rather because heaven demands it to align with its truth. Divine justice is not a delay in its coming, it is a sacred orchestration set for your elevation. Restoration will transcend vindication. It will usher in transformation, ensuring that as you step forward, you are not merely stepping into old dynamics but into new dimensions, spaces that are now aligning with the higher frequencies of your emergent self. No longer will you be met with rejection or dismissal. Doors once barred will open effortlessly. Conversations that sought to silence you will now resonate with your voice, and spaces that once stifled your brilliance will now welcome your radiant light. You have changed profoundly, and this elevation must be acknowledged as it unfolds within you. As you continue to walk this path, allow the sacred gift of guidance and the presence of celestial beings to saturate your thoughts and actions. Allow the whispers of heaven to guide your next steps, embracing how the ancient burdens that once defined your family lineage are now fetters being severed. Be mindful and let your heart serve as your compass. Let tranquility encapsulate you. Let quietude transform into your spiritual armor amidst the incoming waves of change. Allow the weight of public opinion and private judgment to ease away, recognizing that your strength lies not in defensiveness but in steadfastness of purpose. The angels have delivered this sacred message to you because they see the burden you carry, one that has been placed upon your spirit to bring healing, clarity, and restoration not only for yourself but for generations that tread behind you. Your capacity to endure has been tested, but now is the moment for you to embrace the divine authority and purpose bestowed upon you. In this sacred reflection, declare within yourself, I am the chosen vessel. I am the transformative influence within my bloodline, here to expedite collective healing. I am not meant to fit into the mold of acceptance. I was born to challenge norms, to illuminate shadows, and to foster divine elevation. Let this message resonate within the deepest parts of your being, for you are not simply recovering from past pains, you are the living prophecy emerging from it. You are the confidence that surpasses confusion, you are the clarity that propels transformation. With the three angels now departed, having completed their divine mission, you remain fortified with newfound purpose and resilience. Step forth courageously into this new beginning, the version of you that has always existed, hidden beneath the noise of the past, is now revealed to the world. Amen.